The Labour government, if they are successful to come into office, they are proposing a 20% VAT tax to be added onto private school fees, basically. Private school fees have gone up a lot over the last few years. And to add on another 20% is going to squeeze people who are middling, those that aren't really like falling out, those that are the middle class that are putting their kids through private school, and they're literally saving every last buck they can to do it.
Yeah, I've read a stat on this. I think it'll be about 35%. That group is quite big.
35% of what? People who send their kids to private school?
Yeah, I think Mihir was telling me the stat from somewhere. Like it's a lot. You're right. That's the point. It's the people are balling. They're still paying.
People who are balling, they're going to be like, this doesn't even touch the side. This is nothing to me. Like, whatever, have it. I don't care. What's up, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Doctor podcast. Hello, bud. Hello, bud. Oh, knocked it. Hello, bud. Hello, bud. Fuck's sake. Keep knocking it.
Are you practicing the technique I taught you? Remember?
Which one?
Big group of big.
Satsrikal,
Saryanu, Sat Sri Akal. You got to long it out when you do the big one.
Oh, because you have to remember, make it long.
You know why? You got to make it long because you're doing a fan. So if you went Saryanu Sat Sri Akal, but you're talking here, but there's people here.
Saryanu, you got to do like a circle, semicircle.
Sat Sri Akal.
You have to pace it as well in time with moving your hands around.
That would actually be epic. I recommend doing like this. But if you went like this, went Saryanu Sat Sri Akal. That just looks weird. So don't
like some Shaolin monk or something, man.
Like, power down.
Yeah, everyone breathe.
Hope you're all well.
Oh, man. Good now. How are you?
Good, man. I'm a bit creeped out by that thing on the wall behind you, the blue thing.
This one here?
Yeah.
So I'm in ShxtsNGigs' office today. Right. And this is...
Is that a Mr. or Mrs.?
This is a Mr. Men.
Yeah. So what character? What character?
Let me look. Oh, I hope I don't knock anything.
Look, you can see his Judah. He has a Judah.
Mr. Calm.
Whoa. Well, okay. Wait, sorry. Are you in arm's reach? Can you actually get him off the wall?
Yeah, I can, but if I take it off, I can't put it back on it. So.
Okay.
Because otherwise I need to adjust the mic stand near me and everything.
All right. Don't do that. But guys, when you're looking at this, please zoom in, screenshot, do whatever you need to do. That does not look like someone who's very calm. I'm going to depict what that person is doing. This. that has to be some like that's like the dude who's come from India and has seen a Gori for the first time. that is that face.
It's just I am happy to be here. I am happy to be here. Yeah,
happy. That's not calm. Unless it's that new definition of calm you cool kids start using now.
Wide eyes. Why is it cool kids? Why do you look at me like I'm the cool kid even though I'm 1 year and a little bit younger than you?
I know, but you drop all this terminology. You know the thing is when you use it, it's like, I know you're very good at code switching, right?
Yes.
So when you're with me, just don't do that shit with me. You know
No.
Proper
I
English.
do it to you to bring you up to the lingo.
I don't want it, okay?
I'm
a relic. I'm a relic of the ancient world.
To communicate to your patients, you need it.
No, absolutely don't. I absolutely don't. You know why? Hurt, bad, fix,
you
please.
can build rapport faster. Yeah. You can build rapport a little bit faster. All right.
It's a bit slow. Do you know the comments are still coming in that video? People keep pissing me off. They're like, oh, yeah, you know what Bally was doing, yeah? It was fine. I was like, look, we're not slagging it off. I think people are really not understanding the point we're trying to make in the video. The point is, we were very young, not understanding what we were listening to. Then we got older and thought, that's a bit weird to put in a song where you got 6-year-old Simran. That's the point. We're not saying he's not creative and he's taking songs from other places. It's just weird. And then there was somebody who said, I knew at 6 years old exactly what they're saying and I still sung it. I was like, oh, you're a dirty little person, aren't you?
You're a dirty little bastard, aren't you? Yeah. That's what you want to say. I'll say it for you.
Do you know what it was? I think it was a lady. I didn't want to say the B word.
Oh, okay. I don't look at the pictures of people. I just see the names. So I just think, okay.
No, the name was definitely lady.
And now I just don't. I don't look at the messages on there anymore for that one. I've moved on to newer stuff because there's no point.
You've moved on to not want to send you 70 threads message.
Oh, mate.
That dude. There's one dude. Guys, watch
I need
the
to
video.
have a chat with you. Okay.
All right, go.
Real talk, okay.
All right, go.
Why are you reading this 70 thread message when you could be preparing for today's episode?
Okay, so there's two parts to that. One is you hadn't sent me the topics at that point. I've already
you could have found some.
No, I've added to my spreadsheet. I know what I'm talking about. When you say prepare, you're talking about what's happening now. That's what you're actually talking about, right? Because I've done
No,
the stuff.
I'm talking about the main theme of the episode. Give me an idea. Give me a question.
Yeah, fine. Fair enough. It comes on me. I had my phone. And the reason I specifically read this thread was because I'd already been in an argument with this guy. Just to give you context, we put a video out there. It went semi-viral. We're talking about Siavan Simran, all things,
I think it's the most concise form of an explainer for Sikhi that I've seen in a very, very long time.
And completely by accident.
Yes. And it was full credit to our editors, Bundan, and our friends Hussein in Pakistan as well. Thank you to those two for editing that to perfection. Because they pulled it out and said, this is it. And also shout out to Wife Sanj as well, who said that we should make that a clip. That's important. So, and it just, it did well. And
it did very well.
And I think it's the best explainer of Sikhi that I can give somebody as a beginner and say, this is a beginning, real quick oversight of what Sikhi is to us. That's it. There's much more, but that's a good little intro.
Thank you. That means a lot. So this dude from, I'm going to say Goa, because most of them are from Goa, but this dude, and you look at his profile, and he's like fitness trainer, second line, Jesus. And then you look at his first picture, massive cross. And he just went,
wasn't he topless?
Yeah. Fitness guy, innit? Jesus is the only way. This is blasphemy, everything you're saying. And then in this thread, he was like, you are Satan worshippers. It was just interesting. And the other thing I found interesting is, remember when we were coming back from our staycation and we were going through Blackpool and you did the impression of that character that you do, which, guys, when you come to live show, he'll do it. It's a great character he does.
Yes.
And based on last night, you've got like another bit you can do now as well.
Oh, man.
Randy. Absolutely.
20.
Yeah, so remember that day we read that thread, and that was a deep thread. It's not often we get really good, juicy, long threads. And I was just like, no one was backing down. It was brilliant. It was like, ta-ta-ta, 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 back and forth. And I was just like, this is brilliant. Like the stuff this guy was
You're living in limbic hijack. I don't think it's good for you.
Yeah, I don't do it often, though. And I was just like, where's it going to end? Where is it going to end? This dude is so deluded. You Satan worshippers.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I even said to the guy, the way I ended it with my little thread, I was like, bro, love and peace to you, like, on your path and journey. He was like, no.
You said cool story, bro. I saw that and I was like,
that was you didn't
need to say that.
No, he needed it, man. That was
because when someone says cool story, bro, that's like, yo, I'm choosing violence. Okay.
No, it's just like, stop saying shit in it. I'm not starting.
That's exactly what cool story, bro means.
Yeah. No, but if you're going to argue with me, if you want to debate, then answer the question I've posed, right? Don't go off on your own little line of inquiry and like, oh yeah, this. And I'm like, okay, bro, we're not talking about that. But you want to talk about that. Cool story, bro, innit? Like, bring it back to what we're talking about. You know what I mean?
Yes, Doctor.
Then you had Sikh people as well refuting the stuff we're saying in there. This isn't real. Aata nahi hoya. And I was like, okay. Take a deep breath in.
Do you want to make more Sikhi content?
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody else enjoyed it, so it's fine. My nanny sent it to me.
Wow.
My nanny's on very high speed.
How did nanny get it?
I don't know. She put in our big family group. She was like, good to see how you're doing. I was like, thank you, Nanny ji.
That's big credit, man.
Big credit, like huge. Yeah. So a lot of my gyan, my knowledge comes from my nanny as well. Just sitting with Nanny ji, listening to her stories about how she talks about Sikhi and tells me Sakhiyan. Sakhiyan means stories. That's one thing, guys, I encourage you to do as well. People ask another things, how can I get involved in Sikhi and do your own reading? But to be honest, the power of conversation, man. I was sitting with somebody and we were talking about there's different ways of doing, basically praying, okay, doing part. And he was saying, yep, you can read part, you can do kirtan, you can listen to part. But he said one that doesn't get talked about often, but is also a form of part, is vichar, which is discussion. And what this person said to me that is, because the thing with discussion is, when you read part or listen to part, you might get distracted, you might zone out. But how often does that happen when you're like discussing? It's really rare. Like if you're talking about Baba Deep Singh Ji and there's like a story and this happened, you're just engaged.
Yeah.
So start there, man. Like just find someone, sit down with them and just, that's what I do with my Nani Ji and Dadi Ji and, elders. Start talking. So yeah. So that is not Mr. Calm. That is not Mr. Calm. Okay. It's Mr. Welcome to UK.
Yes, welcome to UK.
Menu
Indeed.
bija mil gaya. That's it. Mr. Menu bija mil gaya.
This is just my screen. There you go.
Why?
I can
What's
see
wrong
you
with
better now. I
Okay.
can see you better now. Yeah.
I think you know what I look like. Yeah.
No, I want you to cover the whole screen.
Okay. Your Judah position is very high today, isn't it?
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to be extra pivotal
Like-
in my bar being shown today.
It's huge. Like, have you got that much hair? For real?
I washed it earlier. Volume.
Oh my god! It's like a called Buddha.
My hair's
man. Like,
naturally curly, man. It's banging. But yeah,
so much of it.
thank you.
Side pass, you think? Wow! Oh my god! Look at this side profile. Oh, they're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, hippie sing.
Still losing
101.
hair, but yeah. It's okay.
Just sharp, man. Like, just look. There's real people that lose hair, and then there's someone like you, like, oh yes, you know, I lost like 2%, and you can really tell it. I'm losing it, and
I don't speak like that, but yeah.
but if you did, that would be epic, huh?
Sure.
Yeah. Alfred,
Give me my bell.
I'm gonna mix it up today. You do that
Go on
jingle. I'll do the other jingle.
Confessions of Brown
No,
Monday.
you got to do it like I would do. I'll do.
I can't sing, Budgie.
You go for it. It's funny. It's content.
Confessions of Brown Monday.
Yes, Sunday. I was singing. Thing is, I don't know that. Were you trying to be bad at it, or were you just actually bad?
Mate, that was me trying. Listen, singing ain't my thing, man. I can ad-lib my life off. You know I can ad-lib my life off, okay? We've done many Crimea River sequences on here. We're not doing it again today. However,
Nowadays, everybody. Everybody.
Want to talk, but they got something to say. When nothing
Nothing
comes out, when they move their lips, it's just a bunch of gibberish. But, and they forgot about Dre.
He's got skills, man.
Thank you.
Chalford.
Thank you.
Chalford.
Me first?
I can go first. I have a new mission, Lalo. Tika. Now, you know how I feel about time waste.
Yes.
Can't appreciate time waste, right?
Yes.
And I, with a passion, just really love blocking people.
Ooh.
It's interesting to you, isn't it? No, it's
Who
not
are
the
you
people you
blocking?
think. Yeah, exactly. It's not the people you think, actually. I know how that came out now when I said it. What do you think I mean when I say that?
You're blocking people on like our socials and stuff.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I mean, you'd tell me off, wouldn't you? You tell me
No,
off
I
for
wouldn't. It
follow.
depends if they're being abusive. But yeah, go on.
Am I allowed to follow people?
We have to pre-agree who we're following. Yeah.
I'm joking, man. I don't even go. My finger doesn't even go close. Like I hold the phone.
We know
this,
that. We know that. Me and you know that.
Like na kari, follow na kari.
Yes. Intentions.
I'm like, we'll be talking as like our team, Shindy, Sanj, Indy. I'm like, so Indy, it's like a really big person, huh? And does it look like I care? Do they interact with our content?
Don't make me sound like an arsehole, okay?
I'm not going to be beg. I'm not going to be beg.
It's not that. It's just some people are just genuinely not suited to what we want to do in the future. That's all.
I know. It's good. No, it's not that. It's these people that ring you about energy prices.
Oh, yes.
Yes. What's the common ones? So energy prices, diesel
Phone
phone upgrade. And now they're getting clever, right? Because before you'd know it's like an 0300, 020, like London number. Now they have mobile numbers. I'm like,
Yes.
You log in, sophisticated. So TK. So now I think it's generally sometimes it is something important. So now I realize I actually do need to take the call. But there's a couple of signs. One is you answer the phone. I never say anything first. I just stay silent. And if it's silent and then you hear there's like a little chime-in thing that happens, then you know, it's been connected to it's definitely...
It's a scam. Yeah.
It's a scam. It's a DD outlet. Well, scam or just like, it's just cold call. Might not be a scam per se, but it's a cold call, right?
It's a scam.
Okay, fine. For purposes of this, we'll call it a scam. So if that happens to you, what do you do then?
Hang up immediately.
And then?
Thing is, you can try and block them, but they're just going to pop up again. So there's no point.
No, see, I've been doing this consistently now. Consistently. I mean, every number... block on that, block in the email. Indy, my inbox is free. Like, I can't remember the last time I've got hit with spam. That's how effective it is. That's number one. And the phone call thing, virtually like once a month now. It works, bro. You're right. They keep changing numbers and it'd be different vendors or whatever.
Also, if you don't nibble, they stop calling you. But yeah.
I'll tell you what really gets me. You know, when you get like an email, right? And okay, but when you look at it first, you think, oh, it might be a bit genuine. But then you click on the actual person to reveal the actual email.
Mm.
It's like, okay, you want me to believe you're genuine, right? But then you're going to have an email, which is, let's make it by you, I.N.D.Y.
Oh, yeah.
All the full stops. And then like a phone number and then africa@gmail.com. And I'm like, really?
Some of them are getting sophisticated, though, Gunnar.
Is this from British
Some of
Gas?
them are. Some of them are good.
No, they must be. Yeah, they must be.
So there's been some in my family that have been caught with a Royal Mail one that's been going around.
Go on, what's the scam? It's going to be on Barney.
Go on. So there's a Royal Mail scam going around where they say you got to pay to receive this delivery. You open the email and it looks like it's from Royal Mail. Even the email address says like no reply at Royal Mail or something. Like they've really spooled the email address. It looks good, looks smooth. You click through it, the website is all legit. It's very, very, very common for people to get caught up in this. So yeah, it happened to my bubby and she noticed it and said, is this a scam? And then I had to look closely and I thought, yeah, it's a scam. So
what gave it away?
Just be super careful with it. I can't remember, but there was something really specific I noticed. I was like, that's off. And then I thought, that doesn't look right. Yeah. So I just caught it. But it's difficult, man, especially with that. And then I'm thinking, shit, my parents, they're not going to be able to tell this. And now mum has to message me and say, is this a scam? I say, yes, it is a scam. Do not open it, delete it.
Mate, I can imagine just CSK now, just forwarding this shit onto people. Virus deadly.
Mate, my dad's got so many random things on his phone. Like I showed you that.
What did you say? He's got like 9 accounts or something. And he's like, he's forgotten the password to his accounts and shit. And he's like, logged.
So the biggest nightmare that me and Bal have collectively is when my dad's phone he'll get a new phone and he'll say, put everything on this phone, on that phone. And me and Bal will look at each other like, I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it. And then I'll tend to try and convince dad to buy a phone when I'm not home. That way Bal has to do it.
Can I make a suggestion / ask a question?
Yeah.
In this example, when you said when dad buys a phone, where does he buy it from?
India.
Okay. So, all right, fine. Does he not ever ask them to do it? The guy in the store?
No.
Because that would be the thing
from India, or he'll get his upgrade here in the UK and then he'll give it to me and Bal to do it. Now, the problem is that dad's, I remember he got locked out of a Facebook account that had an access chain to his Gmail account, which then had problems with another account. And I couldn't access the 2 accounts before, so I couldn't reset the password. And I had to go through this really long-winded process of trying to troubleshoot and fix it. I got it. I can't remember how, but I wanted to throw my head against the wall because I'm thinking, how have you managed to get into this deeper hole? Now my dad's at the point where he will forget his login and then just create a new account. Because he just thinks, it's infinite. And then I'm thinking, hang on, one day I've got to reconcile all these 10 accounts and say, are you using this one? No.
100.
This one? No.
Not 10.
And dad's email addresses, they're all very similar. So he's done like X amount of like part of the start, then like 1 or .1 or like 05 or his anniversary date. And I'm like, Dad, just why can't you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? Why are they so random?
Listen. I think we should create one.
No.
CSK@gmail.com. I mean, come on. Simple, to the point,
We're not
branded. CSK at Indian Doctor.
You've seen Dad's branded furniture.
CSK carved.
Have you seen it? You've seen it, right?
I've seen it. Yeah, I mean, these are Indie heirlooms. You know, and should you get one of these pieces of rare museum level furniture? Okay. I mean, because the British Museum, they're going to want to know, man.
I remember the day it got delivered to the house when I was a teenager, and I thought, why is there so much hype about this? And I saw his initials on it. And the first thing that my mama turned and said to me was, "Why isn't your mum's name on it?" And I said, "Why are you asking me for? You're acting as if I placed this delivery." Okay.
He said, "Why isn't your mum names on it?"
Yeah. I said, "Why are you asking me? Ask my dad."
Yeah. Did?
Nothing. Got all chicken around my dad, innit? You know, I gifted the big one and then it doesn't talk to my dad.
Mate, no one's messing with CSK, man. Even I thought, I can take on CSK.
What do you mean take him on?
Take him on as in, like, I can, like you say.
You at bowling.
Not like that. Take him on as in, you're like, try getting a word in. And I was like, no, my Punjabi's good. And then when I came and I got kidnapped for your ditchy, I was like, this is really hard.
Yeah,
man.
But he was also about like 10 pegs deep at that point.
Oh, his confidence was high, man. And there's one point where his hand, which is huge, he just put it on my chest. I don't think he meant to hit me hard, but it was like, ta. And I was like, oh my God. it's like like when Thor puts his hammer on Loki and he can't move.
Dad's got real old man strength.
Oh my God. And his hands are big, man.
Big
and he's
hands,
like,
man.
He's like, he said to me, which is funny. He said that and he rang 2 minutes later, "Kaun baitha the? I don't know. Chota la badda la kaun."
Oh, Dad. Dad. Okay.
We digress.
So going back
What
to
we
the
talk
spam callers here. Go on. So you love blocking.
Yeah, so look, fine. Look, there are some elite level scammers and fine. It's a volume game. Like we talk about marketing and funnels. They're going to get some people. But chalo, them aside, the ones who are just clearly just shit at it. It's like, come on. It's when you see those 10 full stops in the email, really. And then, but there are probably people who get, scammed by those ones.
Those are low grade ones. That's like, you are not on the, you are an amateur. Yeah. When you get the expert level ones, you're thinking, damn, you put a lot of effort into this.
So, I just get real cushy. The other thing I used to do you remember when Parra and I used to do those tasters?
Yes.
At universities, right? So every now and again, we get a phone call from one of these spammers. Now, because we're in front of students who've got like a bit of live audience, I was like, we can actually do some fun with this. So I'd answer the call, put it on loudspeaker. They'd be telling me about, I don't know, whatever, they talk about energy stuff. And then I just start speaking to them back about medical stuff. I'm like, so tell me about the findings you'd find in a myocardial infarction. And then they'd confirm, like, is this the person? I'm like, yeah. I want to know about the car insurance. Then they'd ask me something. I'm like, but why is this respiratory failure? Well, what are your thoughts on that? And we just had this conversation until it got really awkward. I was like, this person's never going to ring me again.
There are some great people out there that actually take scammers to a point where they start scamming them.
Yeah, reverse scam.
Yeah, and it's a full day's work when they get into it. And it's crazy how they've done the reverse scam on them, and then that person is now in debt to a second scam. And it's wild how they bail out so quickly and things get panicky. Yeah. I love seeing that. Go onto YouTube and type it in. There's like a Channel 4 documentary, I think, about it. Great watching. So satisfying.
There you go, mate. So that is my confession. I love blocking, and I'm going to do more of it. I'll tell you what frustrates me, though. Everybody else in my family, Indy, their email hygiene, the inbox hygiene. Oh, so now and again, I have to just dip into the inbox, and it's just like I rape. I get in there. I'm like,
you can't say that, bro. But
you can, man. Like in there.
I saw is the word.
Okay, fine. Change got the you know where I got that from? I was watching a Just Rain video when you're talking about Millie, and they had the posters.
Yeah,
that's where I got the phrase from.
Okay.
So many emails, so much bullshit. I was like, "Saaf kar lo."
Safai karo.
Yeah, no, I tried once. It's like I didn't even make a dent. It's like in Bruce Almighty when he's answering prayers,
typing away ahead all day.
Where he's like, I must have made a dent, and he's like, "Go anywhere."
No,
and he's like, "Yes to all." Yeah, and I just got frustrated. I was like, "This is not happening, man." I was like, "Nobody needs this. This is Anyway, sorry, I'm just getting frustrated now.
It's hell.
Oh, it's just gone, the man. How many emails you got in your inbox right now? Personal.
What do you mean, outstanding?
No, just total.
I don't know. Why? Have a look.
In my main. What I mean by that, sorry, I don't know if you have it in your Gmail, but I've got my main inbox unsorted, and then you have your folders.
So outstanding, unread messages. In my personal, I've got 7.
Okay.
In my Outlook, I've got 30.
That's unread. I just mean like when you go into Gmail and you open up the total number of messages showing in your inbox.
It doesn't tell me on my phone.
Oh, okay, don't worry. It does obviously on the laptop. I have 36.
Yeah, on laptop, yeah, 810.
Yeah. That's it. Deal with it. Deal with the email. Information comes in. Do I need it? Do I need to action it? Do I need to archive it? Do I need to delete it? Do I need to store it? Do something with it.
I've got to the point where I check my Outlook once a week. I check my Gmail more because it's more work related and it's more specific. Jobs, etc. Right? That comes through there, so that's important. But Outlook is just fun, or email confirmations and stuff that come through. Fine. Yeah, after an order's been placed.
I love that.
That's fun. Yeah, that and newsletters. Newsletters are my thing in there.
Okay, very good.
Wow.
What was your confessione?
Wedding season has returned, Doctor. And with wedding season has come a rishta requests.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Would you like to get married today?
Well, people have been showing up at my parents' house, unfortunately getting the rishta request put in for them as they're sitting there. So let me take you back to Bank Holiday Monday that's just gone by. get a message off my bubby in our family WhatsApp group.
Right.
And to read you through the messages briefly, she said, I feel awkward right now. I'm sat at mum and dad's, and there's a random woman and her daughter here. And her mum just said to us, find her a husband.
As in, just give people context, CSK is a patroller. He's a professional patroller. That's correct.
I don't know if the intention of them to come over was to find her a partner or not, or if the whole purpose of the meeting was to do that.
Might be.
I'm not there.
No, is it a family member or not a family member?
No, it's a random.
Yeah, so then
Bobby's never met this person before.
They're not randomly going to come over not for that. Why would they come over otherwise?
But they might be friends of mum and dad's, and they bought their.
Okay, could be a friend. Could be a friend.
Along,
all right.
Yeah,
so it's okay. They're not completely random. Okay, fine.
So Bobby said the questions that are being asked are hilarious. I said, okay, what are the questions?
From CSK.
From my mum and dad to the girl, but it's actually the mum answering some of it. It's not the girl. For example, they asked if she wants a turban or not. That was one of the first questions. Apparently, the girl didn't answer. It fell apart because there was an awkward silence, and someone interjected saying that question was a joke. But
Why
I thought,
is that a joke? It's not a joke.
That kind of needs addressing. No, I think you need to figure that out if they do or don't want that.
That's a very big thing, man.
It's an important question to answer.
It's a very important question, and I think, look, we've covered this in the past, right? But from a lady's perspective, there's definitely going to be personal preference.
Yes.
So that's what you're asking. You're not trying to hate on things. It's personal preference.
Well, personal preference, but also there is obviously a bias towards one or the other. It's skewed either way. Some either love them, the majority are like no. Anyway, so Bobby said, I haven't seen this stuff in years. I said, I haven't either. This sounds amazing. Please give me a rundown. So she's given us a blow-by-blow of the entire conversation. She then says, I've just made Indian tea after years and it looks shit, but they are drinking it. I said, well, they're not going to say it's bad, are they?
Looks shit. Love the honesty there.
They're going to drink it. They're not going to say it's bad. No one's ever going to say the child's bad, right? And Bobby says in the group, so does anyone know anyone for her? In the group, she puts her occupation in the group. Thought, okay, fine. I said, Bobby, she said a word. She said 0 words. I said, wow, okay.
I have interest. How old?
I think probably younger than me and you, just about.
Okay, from the UK?
I think she's from the UK, yeah.
Oh.
And then the questions on here, gone.
Yeah, just wondering if somebody's born here, shy, not speaking. What's that about, man?
Yeah, but in their occupation, they have to be spoken.
They have to be what, sorry?
They have to be spoken. Like they have to speak a lot in their occupation.
So therefore, it should be easy for them to speak, no?
Yes, but maybe you know how you assume one role at work and one role at home?
Yeah, but you're kind of in need here. Like, as in, if she's gone with the premise and if she didn't know this was going to happen, different thing, man. If she's gone with this is what we're going for, then you're not speaking.
She's a bit sabotaged and she can't leave.
Yeah, ambushed.
That's what I'm reading from this. Okay.
All right, go on.
Bobby then said, so the questions are quite intriguing. My brother Bao then jumps in and says, let me guess, is she looking for someone with a good mix of Eastern and Western values? And I said, well, I believe the point is the right mix of Eastern and Western values. Because, you know, what does that mean? Very ambiguous, I'm sure.
Did a whole reel on that, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. And we got a lot of shit for that. Anyway. Yeah. My Jija, he's the MVP of the banter. He comes in and says, I feel really sorry for the girl at the moment. She probably thought it was going to be a chill bank holiday. And now she's going to be married by tomorrow morning.
Oh my God. Yeah, as if like your parents have this munda like in the shed in the garden. उन लेके आओ नंबर 2 बढ़ाओ ठीक है थोड़े ले तुसी ला लो take it.
There you go and book your lava tomorrow.
I know CSK would ring the good हाँ जी मैं बोल रहा चरणजीत yeah करा दो. He'd do the head nod even if they couldn't see.
Yeah, he would. That's what he did.
करा दो कोनी मैं सद्या no problem.
And Bao, in fairness, came out with some really good questions. He said, for example, is she a clubber? Who's her top 5? Is she more Diljit or Taylor Swift?
Sorry, who's the top 5 and what?
I don't know. You could take that how you want. Top 5 films, top 5 singers, top 5 dishes. I don't know. Yeah. Could be anything. Yeah. Does she have any friends? Does she go out with friends?
Does she have any friends?
Yeah. Does she go out with friends? Okay. Do they wear Indian clothes or English? And Bobby said Western. I said, oh, that's good. Then my teacher said, does her dad drive her to work? The reason why I'm laughing at this is because one girl that Bao was introduced to in the past, he was introduced to a girl who was driven to work by her dad every day. She had no freedom. And he thought, this is not the right person for me.
Okay, it's not because she couldn't drive.
I don't think she couldn't not drive. No, she said dad would drive her to work, which I thought was crazy.
Wow.
That is wild.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I saw that and then bounced it off, for fuck's sake.
That's good. Wow.
What's a positive attribute she would use to describe herself? What are her red flags? I felt like you should ask her, what's a toxic trait?
You know, this
all
sounds
that
like
typical dating things on TikTok you see.
This sounds like Desi, Final Five, Apprentice. You got, bloody Claude and Linda and your family, all these people sitting there like, so tell me about the worst things about yourself.
Yes. Okay. On the CV here, you've drawn boats. You've drawn bloody boats. Get out.
He goes. I read this. You didn't talk any shit about yourself. I thought this is honest good. This is the best I've ever seen. He went, thank you, Claude. He goes, but this, it's a joke. No, but it's 2 pages. 2 pages of boats. You can leave.
2 pages of boats.
You can leave. Goodbye.
For anyone that doesn't know us, what we're talking about, go onto YouTube, type in Solomon Apprentice interview. Oh, generational interview. Right. So Sandra said, his eyes are like bloody Mr. Khan. Oh, mate, his eyes were this.
That's the impression. That's so good. He's like, Mikey, to be fair, the boat looked really nice. The boats looked really nice. 2 pages. 2 pages of boats. You can leave. We need to give that Claudius Ropa, man. We need to invite him.
Why?
It's just so good. The guy chats. You've seen Paul, who came on the Cloud Boys podcast. He was saying
Paul on Cloud 9000. Yeah.
He gave him sound business advice. He's proper Chacha material, man. He's like a good version of Chacha.
He is.
Yeah.
So Sanj then said we should make a list for mum and dad and make questionnaires for people when they walk in and put it on the coffee table. Then she said we should also put up pictures on the entrance of the house to show their, success stories. 3 kids, married, grandkids, very good.
Who's success stories?
Mum and dad's big success stories of having a great rishta service, which is their 3 kids are all married successfully.
No, but
they've got grandkids.
Pause. They didn't set up your marriage, did they?
Hey, they don't have to know that.
Exactly. So that's a completely different.
This is Baji. This is marketing. Okay,
it's called false.
This is marketing. This is marketing. Okay.
No.
Understand? You are setting
false expectations.
I mean, you are setting the expectations.
Facade.
Okay.
Sure.
So now, Sanj took it on herself to then say, "Let's put together a questionnaire, shall we?" She put it together. The questionnaire is
this is real.
Khaira Matrimonial Services. Number 1.
Khaira Matrimonial KMS.
Yeah.
Nice
KMS. Sorry, for those who don't understand that's a very UK-centric Birmingham Radio XL joke. Top tier. Anyway, name, number 1. Number 2, address. Number 3, age. Number 4, turban or no turban. Number 5, veg or meat. Number 6, rate your cybersecurity knowledge out of 10, because my dad started going on about cybersecurity halfway through this rishta service. Sorry? And everyone was just sitting there while he was holding court.
For what reason?
I don't know. He just went off on a tangent.
What was the point you were trying to make?
I don't know. I've just been told that dad's now going on about cybersecurity.
Sure. The threats, the real threats, the predators.
I love how that is number 6, ahead of occupation at number 7. Number 8, Instagram handle. Number 9, does your dad drive you to work?
Wow, this is the best spoof ever, isn't it?
There you go. That's it. Question 10, Bobby, can you cook? And then we said, what about cast?
Would you ask the men and women?
Yes. You would only ask
yes,
the women,
would.
You? Let's be honest.
No, easy, son.
Listen.
Son.
But I am a progressive munda. I understand that both men and women should cook. However,
I'm progressive.
The elder gen,
I left my family to
The
be with
elder
my
gen.
wife.
I'm the most progressive one there is, all right?
There's
The
no one
elder
more
gen-
progressive than you. Huh.
The elder gen, they ain't thinking that way. They're like, goody, cooking, man, work.
You know what it sounds
What's the
like?
problem? Key.
It sounds like the bit from
Cup of
Goodness
tea.
Gracious Me.
Yeah.
Yes,
You put
just
that
like
on,
that.
man, you have sick. Yes. Okay. Then we said cast. And they said, well, the thing is, all Jat people will say Jat in a formal setting. And I thought, yeah, maybe we'll leave the cast bit out then and see what happens.
You put desired cast.
Desired cast.
If you could be any cast, which one would you want to be?
God.
You can make this so funny. All right, let's think of some other ones. Let's do an alternative one now, which isn't like Khaira specific. So it'd be stuff like do you, okay, we could use some NLP language tricks in here, like
Go on.
you know, how do you most enjoy your karela?
Oh.
Right? Because then the presupposition is that you enjoy karela. So then you'd have to
Yes,
think about
it is.
when you're creative, like, oh, okay, if I had to eat it, how would I eat it? Or some shit like that. No? Yeah, we can come up with some good questions. Stuff like that, Indy. That'd be quite funny.
So who needs Seeking, Metasik, Vinita, Your Lava? You don't need them. You need KMS. Khaira Matrimonial Services. That's what you need.
Yes, founded by CSK.
That's it.
That's all you need to know. And his success rate, 100%.
That's it. 3 for 3.
100%.
That's all you need to know. 3 for 3 and 2 grandkids. What else do you need?
Okay, chalo. Bande in the shed. Tiyar baithe.
Already.
You just tell them the spec that you want. Eh banda chahiye. Chahiye. Eh lady
See, my
chahiye.
auntie ain't got nothing on CSK. All right, that's what I'm saying.
Nothing, man. He's doing it pro bono, man. Pro bono.
Exactly. No commission.
Not taking
He's
that
doing it for the love of the game. Okay.
Gets people
Passion,
going.
desire.
That's it. He's MVP, man. He's the Michael Jordan of that world.
Of rishtas.
मैं कहता ना gal, he's the
3-0.
GOAT.
Fuck 6-0. He's 3-0. All right, that's what I'm saying.
That's it.
There have been many that that have not worked out, but we will not mention those on this podcast. No. No. We don't talk about those. No.
वो फिर complication हो जाती है ना.
Yeah, थोड़ा problem. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know, look, relationships are complicated. We had a very interesting conversation, didn't we? Offline, Yumi Sanj, post pod. We talked about the origins of marriage.
Origins of marriage?
Yeah, and why marriage came about, and this idea that marriage is formulated to end wars and was about peacemaking and alliances. And we were sort of skirting around this idea that in the animal kingdom, staying with one partner is very rare. And there are certain parts of the world which actively practice polygamy, multiple partners.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just interesting, wasn't it? I bring that up because you just said sometimes things don't work out. That's what I was saying.
You are correct. Things do not work out, but
such is life.
That is a sticky topic to think about. Polygamy, all that stuff. Whew.
It's okay, guys. We're not going to get into it today, but we're not shying away from it either. If you want to
maybe
talk
one
about
for
it,
the future.
Talk about it. Yeah, I really want to. You know that group in America, those guys. They live
what
in
group?
like there's this group of.
Do you mean like a cult?
Yeah. Like this offshoot Christianity group.
Oh God.
Who live like in these ranches, and they just have like 36 people they're married to, and buddy equals.
Wait, am I correct in thinking that Mormons have multiple wives?
They may do. I'd have to check that. I don't know. But that's not the sect I was thinking of. But it's this sect, and then they all, like the leader is married to multiple of them, and in the houses they're actively told they have 4, 5, 6 wives, and they all get on together, and they're already pally. And they timeshare, like you have him Monday, Tuesday, I'll have him Wednesday, Thursday.
Oh my God.
And you think about this stuff, right? Teri ek ghar wali hai, meri bhi ek ghar wali hai. You imagine multiplying that. Bro, and you multiply that by 3, 4, 5. No podcast, my friend. life
no time
of
for anything, buddy.
Life of band. You're gonna we'll be looking at that guy.
Mr. Calm.
I'm so happy.
All right, next egg.
Chalo. Hanji Paji.
That's so cringe.
Sorry, that's how you do it.
I know it sounds very cringe though. I might have to change it.
But that was a better impression than you did of me, no?
Thank you.
Is that true?
Yes, I don't have the vocal cord ability to cycle through high and low notes.
No, I think you do. Try
I
one more
don't.
time. Just please,
I
just please try.
don't
Just
want
try.
to.
Then try it. We'll do it together.
What's there to try?
Just try it, because I felt like you really just didn't try. And I was like, you can't be that shit. That's what I thought. I saw it. I was like, you cannot be this shit. Like, that's like somebody who has like 2 vocal chords total. Like, so not chords. Notes.
I'm a bit mic shy at singing, bro. I can do impressions, but not singing. Okay.
Can
Fair
fashions of brown,
brown,
brown, brown, brown, brown, brown,
brown,
brown,
brown,
brown,
brown,
mun,
mun,
Monday, Monday. Why are you going Canadian? Monday. Look, fashions brown, Monday.
I should have done that, man.
That'd be lit. That was so much better. See, you just need a little,
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
Anyway, Baji.
I mean, Uchi the Vaj. Okay.
Tell.
Right. Tuition fees. Got it. It's not tuition fees. I'm kidding. Private school. It's not tuition fees. Calm down. All right.
Yeah.
Private schools.
Now,
So,
David has been educated
in 2, and you have been educated in 1.
Yes, that is true.
Yes. So, have you seen the new plan for the Labour government trying to hike VAT onto the private school fees?
I have. And, given that I'm a parent now who's considering private school for income, ਸਾਲਿਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ 5 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ 10 ਜਾਂ ਕਰੋ ਨਾ. Don't.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Hajini.
Very bad idea. Yeah. All right. Explain to people, what does it mean?
All right. So, in a nutshell, the Labour government, if they are successful to come into office, they are proposing a 20% VAT tax to be added onto private school fees, basically. For, I think it's some pay it by term, some pay it by year. I think it's on the termly basis. Private school fees have gone up a lot over the last few years, and to add on another 20% is going to squeeze people who are middling, those that aren't really like balling out, those that are the middle class that are putting their kids through private school, and they're literally saving every last buck they can to do it.
Yeah, that's I've read a stat on this. I think it'll be about 35%. That group is quite big.
35% of what? People who send their kids to private school?
Yeah. I think Meher was telling me the stat from somewhere. Like, it's a lot. You're right. That's the point. It's the people are balling, they still pay.
The people who are balling, they're going to be like, this doesn't even touch the sides. This is nothing to me. Like, whatever, have it, I don't care.
Write off. Yeah, done.
Probably do it as a write off, yeah.
Yeah. But the people, like you said, and look, I come from that background. I sit down with mom and dad, and I know where we came from, and me and Meher both went to private primary school back in the day, and salaries were what they were, and they got it done, and we are forever grateful for that. But it wasn't easy. It was not easy. Like, there was definitely a trade-off. Mom was like, well, we didn't do this, this, and this. Oh, I didn't have this, or I didn't buy kapre for myself, or go out, da-da-da.
The kapre thing is what cuts deep in it. Like, when mum would tell me, like, she never used to buy stuff for herself because she was putting me for private school, I never knew. And I thought, whoa, I didn't know.
You don't know. And it's just, even if you did know, you can't appreciate the gravity and the weight of that as a young person. It takes you, and I'll tell you this, Indy, when you become a parent, my God, the way you reflect about your own parents then at that point, it's a whole different level. One is you get older and you start getting a bit more pally with your parents, and you think about, I've turned out pretty normal. Thank you so much. Right?
Yeah,
I think most people have that.
I had this realization when my sister sat me down and said, do you realize how much mum's like pay for your private school stuff? And I said, no. And then she showed me the money, and I was like, ooh, maybe I should stop fucking around so much. So then I got my act together and stopped messing around and treating it like it was banter, because I thought, well, this is a lot of money, so I really can't be fucking around. I got to give it everything.
Do you know, I think about that now, and I think, again, if all you've grown up in is that, right, and that's your norm, and you have no real sense of it, then our kids to blame. And here's my that's a rhetorical question. Here's my next bit I actually want to ask you is, like in the situation with you, what do you think the best way is for a parent to position this to their child so they understand the value without saying, do you know how much money I've spent on you? Like
They have
that's
they
the
have to
essence
sit
of
them
it.
down and show the monthly outgoings and say, look, this is how much things cost in the house. Yeah. Especially if they're in secondary school, they're going to be aware of how money works at that point. Okay. So you'll sit them down and say, okay, this is our monthly expenses. This is how much your private school fees are. If we don't send you to private school, we could do this, 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 and this. But understand that we are doing this for you so you can have a better opportunity later in life. Okay. Now, all this being said, we are not slapping down grammar schools and state schools. This is just a discussion about the topic at hand. Okay. There are some great state schools out there, some great grammar schools. There are equally some really bad ones as well.
Yeah.
So it's depending on what your kid needs. And I know that if a lot of people would put their kids through private school if they could, if they had the means to do so, because it is a better opportunity. Like I've seen the stuff that my niece and nephew are being taught in school now at like 8, 9 years old. And I look at them and think, this is stuff that's really advanced for a kid who's going into year 5. No way is this normal. This is really tough. So they put a lot into them, and the level of projects they have and school projects are really elite. Okay. And what I'm quite worried about is that people who are in the middle class are just getting squeezed more and more with the fees thing. So they're going to have to pull their kid out and put them into state school or grammar school. Now, the defense of private schools, some people were saying, I don't put my kid through private school. Sorry, I put my kid in private school. Therefore, I'm able to not put a huge burden on the state system. And I'm not adding to that problem because it's already strained. However, the flip side to that is the private school should absorb the VAT. They shouldn't just pass it on to the parent because they're set up as charities and they can probably easily pay it. They can easily pay it, but they don't. And it's quite terrible when you think about it. So it's super conflicting. And I think, shit, me and Sanj have a kid one day. Hopefully we do. I don't think that's going to be on the table for us. No chance. We can't afford that shit. It's way too expensive.
You mean pre this announcement, or you mean because of this announcement?
I mean, if this is how much it is now, yeah. Imagine how much more it's going to be by the time that my kid is going into secondary school. Because I wouldn't do it for primary school because I couldn't afford it then. You would hope the later in life you go, the more affluent you'll become.
And therefore,
and therefore it might be a possibility. No, I don't think that's going to be possible either. It's crazy, man. The kharcha is insane.
And from the Labour Party's perspective, so big picture, what are they trying to do? So this extra income, what are they trying to do with it?
I'm assuming the extra income will go back into the tax system.
But specifically, I think they've talked about, if you have a lack of resources in state schools, then we want to put that extra, whatever that sum is, into that.
If they can prove that, then I understand. But I don't think they'll ever be able to prove.
It's not linear,
this is the line that comes out of VAT. And then that is a direct transaction going into this line of spending for education. That never fucking happens. It goes into this big pool, right?
And then it disappears. And then, okay, what are we going to do today, Hana? ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਾਡਾ NHS ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਵਾਂ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਣਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਨਵਾਂ ਕਾਰ ਪਾਰਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਣਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਕਾਰ ਪਾਰਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੈਰੀਅਰ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਨਵਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਪਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
We sold the land. We need the best. We sold the land. Okay, the land is owned by some rich man in Thailand or something. Yeah, and he's charging you £60 an hour. Lelo. Okay.
you get the most random thing, like in Warsaw ages ago. We have much bigger problems, but for some reason they just started revamping all our bus stops, like the small random bus stops, like premium, and it took ages. And like they're fixing some broken pipe, and then he comes out and he's like, Nikki, G change, and you're like, and then my chacha, he used to work in the council, he's like, yeah, this was the budget for this, what you can see. And I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, it's just inefficient spending, man. I'm like, bloody hell, bro.
Fucking hell.
Okay, good job, Kitazi.
There's a guy I follow on YouTube. His name's Gary's Economics. He's taught me a lot about how the tax system works in the UK and how the UK is designed to keep people in the middle class quite poor. And there's a big wealth inequality in how big it's getting, and how the solution is probably you need to tax the super wealthy, not those that are like on 5-10 mil. He's saying, no. The ones that are in like 100 mil plus, those are the guys you have to go after and tax them.
I know this guy you're on about. Yeah.
Gary's Economics. He's actually really good, man. And his videos are really well put.
That's a big It's a big difference. What
It's
you're
a
saying
big
there,
distinction.
100,
what he's trying to say.
million is much different. He's not saying the average millionaire, like 1 million, 2 million.
Yeah, he's saying people who have mega millions that are just sitting there chilling, like Rishi Sunak. Maybe you should tax him way more than what he's currently being taxed at.
What is your thoughts on capitalism?
I think capitalism is essential for a thriving economy. However,
go on, finish it.
Capitalism does need to be. I feel like it's got its pitfalls, which is where it's taken the piss now. People are just getting screwed left, right, and center. So, for example, a symptom of capitalism is 0-hour contracts.
Yeah, okay.
0-hour contracts are meant to be scrapped by the incoming Labour government, and they went back on that and said, "Yeah, we're not doing that anymore." So there are some real bad downsides to it, which is it just becomes about corporate greed, and then that's a problem where workers just get absolutely fucked over. But it is needed to thrive in an economy. You can't just have a public sector everywhere and everything publicly owned. You have to have private businesses.
Communism.
Right?
No,
yeah, exactly.
We know that doesn't work.
However, in the UK,
go on.
In the UK, capitalism has gotten so bad where they've sold all our public services. And have you seen the Royal Mail has now been sold as well?
Has it?
Royal Mail has been sold for 3.5 billion, I think it is. And that's been sold to some wealthy offshore billionaire who's
privately owned now.
Yeah. So they're gonna suck the money out of that and turn it into what all the water companies are today. It's just going to become inefficient. It won't work. It's going to become about greed and money. And people blame this on, I think it was Margaret Thatcher who started this off when she started selling off public services. And now we're paying the price for it now. Because there are certain things that need to be kept public. So water companies should be kept publicly owned because...
Everything on Monopoly board. Basically, that's what
not
you're
all
going
the property,
in.
budgie. Not all the property.
No, but all the other bits in the middle, the stuff that you like to buy.
Yeah. All the essentials, all the supplies. That's been starting to show its arse now because Thames Water is going to go bust in about a couple of years' time. That's bad.
I think. I mean, look,
you were saying, tell me why you asked about capitalism and my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I don't buy into this idea that the solution is just tax people who make a lot of money. Like if I get to that position where I'm very, very wealthy, I've done it in a legit way and worked hard, then why are you targeting me to tax me? It's like I'll pay the appropriate tax. But the thing is, people who are economically acute will spend a good portion of their resources on getting good accountants to offset all these things. All this illegal. I mean, there are obviously illegal things that people do. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about legally. You can do all this stuff, and so it's fine. So if it's all created, then the question becomes, well, has it been created in a way that favors that? And that's a whole different topic. But I don't just buy into this thing that the solution is tax wealthy people. But the distinction in what your man said there is, you're talking about super bloody.
He's on about the super rich man.
Decamillionaires, centimillionaires. That's the definition. 100 million plus.
Yeah.
But from an NHS point of view, or a medical point of view, the idea of, if you look at private in the UK, private essentially at the moment is very mainstream, is elective stuff. So your nip, your hip, some sort of operation, something that's non-emergency, you can have done privately. Okay. But we don't have private A&Es. You can't go with a private emergency. But imagine that became the thing, right?
It seems like that's the last public service that might go down that avenue. But
I like the idea of dual system because having worked in the NHS, right, I'm thinking, look, if you have people who can afford private and will pay and are not coming into the NHS, then it is going to take off some of the pressure off the NHS. It's not the whole solution. I'm just saying, but this dual system now is the people, like, for example, the private hips and all that kind of stuff, people are getting those done. Absolutely. But there is still a massive burden on the NHS for the people that can't afford it. Fair enough. But it does start in a way to, try and help. I don't want a whole completely gone. I'm not saying that either. I'm not talking about the privatization of the NHS, which obviously the Tories are pushing for. But for me, dual system.
Dual system, I think, is fair. I think everyone's got this big concern. I think it's going to turn into America the second you start using the private sector. Similar to how you said, Gordon. Think of the price of ibuprofen and Nurofen.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's going to go up tenfold, mate. Even me having my EpiPen over here costs me £15, I think it is, per item.
Okay.
Is that how much it is? I've got
You
that.
don't know.
I
Monty
might
would know.
have got that wrong. Monty knew. No, £10. £10 an item, sorry.
Monty would
£10
know.
an item. Yeah. £10 an item now, I can get my EpiPen. In America, you're looking at $200-300. That's not an exaggeration for the same item. That's absurd. So everyone's worried about the whole privatization and milking people for that, and medical bills putting you in mass amount of debt. Imagine that kind of world and scenario. That's scary.
That's a very different thing. But yeah, dual system, man.
So if this 20% thing is hiked up, are you gonna start saving for Eckham? Yeah,
I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah,
bro. I've been long time. So what are you ahead of the game, man? Investments are set up. EK's sorted, man. She'll be like, Dad, Mom, you did a good job.
Good job.
Good job, get that thing. I mean, look, she's gonna smash him whatever she does in life anyway. But there's gonna be resource available and ready for things she needs. You know? And I my advice to parents is, you know, and this definitely happens when you become a parent, you just think with the end in mind. The most useful thing you start using when you're an adult is a compound calculator. Do you know what I mean? Literally, you can sit there like, for this money in, this much a month, this interest rate for this many years. What? Woo!
Yeah.
I was doing one calculation, and I was talking to my IFA, and we were talking about the particular fund we're investing in and the historical returns on this fund. I listen to a lot of Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is based in America, and he's always talking about 8%, right? Think about inflation's about 3-4%, 8%, right? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. But he goes conservative. I tell my clients, like, we should say, or in your mind, think you're going to get 5% returns long term. There's one thing I was running a calculation on. It was over I think a 50-year period, long period of time, okay? The difference between 5% consistently and 8% consistently.
Wild. It's like double, isn't it? Something like that.
$1 million.
Yeah.
$1 million was the difference. And I was like, whoa, 3% difference. But compounded over 50 years, the difference is $1 million. So guys, get on this compound calculator, play around with numbers. The advice I give everyone, you don't need to have loads and loads of money to start. Okay, it's nice if you do, and you put a lump sum in and then just let it compound. The point is, start and be consistent. There's much more important. There's a few
people I follow for this stuff. So there's Damien Talks Money. He's probably the biggest one on YouTube. He's really good with giving just basic financial advice to people of like how stocks and shares ISA works, how compound interest works, what an index fund is.
Yeah,
like just explaining these basics to people that we just
people talk about it all the time.
And you hear them talk about it, you're like, what is this posh lingo you're talking?
But no, most people don't do that though. They hear about it and they're like, yeah, investments in it. Yeah, I got bare investments. So, bro, what's an investment? No one talks about it. Break it down.
Yeah.
Tell me what actual investment is.
I wish they taught this at school, man. I know you said this before, but I really wish they did.
Yeah, but bro, look, we're going to be that generation. You know, I'm waiting, man. Now, I'm going to mention it again. Don't get triggered, okay? Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad.
Stop it, man. You in this fucking book. You are turning into, he is your new Jordan Peterson. Okay, you stop talking about him.
He's not.
Now you're talking about Kiyosaki.
No. Kiyosaki's old for me. Kiyosaki's the first guy I got into when I got into this stuff. The principles are sound, Indy. Okay? But so when I think about it, it's like, okay, when Akam gets to a point where she needs to start learning about how the world works, how does money work? How is money earned? How can I earn money? These are conversations, right? How can we play Monopoly and be like, oh, you know, look, this is how I keep beating you cha-cha every time. You know? He keeps trying to buy these little things and I keep buying these big things. And then I do off-the-board deals and he just gets confused with it.
I want a rematch, man. I'm telling you. I need that rematch.
You can have it. You know what happened this time? The other 3 players, we just all form a team. We form a conglomerate.
You're not going to form a conglomerate against me.
Take this guy out.
You know, you play with Shindy. I'll play with Sanj. Two teams, yeah, and we'll see how it goes.
Listen, your wife is loyal to me.
No. This is where it gets interesting.
You know
this is where it gets interesting because if she is you and I am Shindy, it will be perfect. That's a perfect balance.
Do you know what Sanj will say?
What?
She'd be like, Indy, number one, you're my husband. Number two, Indy, I love you. But Indy, I love to win more. I'm going with Karan.
Nah, she won't
That's
say that.
what
She
would
won't say
happen.
that. She won't say that.
Sanj,
She won't
listen
say
to
that.
this and message me when you hear me say this.
She won't be
Just
saying this.
message it. She will.
She won't be saying this.
She will.
She won't be saying this. She
Karan.
likes me. She likes me.
Karan.
Okay?
Not
She
our
likes me.
Karan. My Karan.
That's weird. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of weird.
She said it. She said it. And you're like, our.
Our Karan. Yes. All right. Anyway, let's go into the next topic, which I believe you're going to bring up. We'll do the bit I was going to say in the next bit.
Okay. Completely not related to finance and tax.
Yes.
So in the bit, you're in a public setting.
I am in a public setting. We run a podcast, yes.
Yep. Let's say we're at a mixed grill place. Tika, we've gone for Mixie. And you have gone to the bathroom. You've done number one, done your business, washed your hands. You approach the hand drying station. Okay. You're about to dry your hands. Somebody else has washed their hands. They're behind you. Tell me how that plays out.
Pressure. Pressure.
Why? Why is
because you're like, shit, if I take too long, this guy's going to be dripping his dirty hands behind me. I don't know if you use Sunburn. This is a problem now. Why am I getting anxiety? Why am I thinking about this? Wait, hang on. I'm drying my hands. Haven't dried the back of my hands. Wait, the back of my hands aren't dry? What about the front? Oh my God, it's running down my arm. Shit, it's running down my arm. It's dripping on the floor. It's on my trainers. Wait, he's behind me. He's still waiting and looking at me. I've been here for longer than 30 seconds. I need to leave. That's what happens.
Couldn't have said it better myself. No, this didn't happen to me. I observed this happen to somebody else, and I was like, this psychology is so interesting here. Men's psychology, right? Which is exactly what you said. For some reason, you feel this pressure to vacate your position, even if your hands aren't dry, and then you blag it like, hey, yes, free. You do that fake like, yeah, see you outside, yeah.
I think it's a British thing, though.
It's very British.
Is it definitely a British thing
I'm
where we're
being
like,
rude by using the thing. Something funny happened today actually as well. Similar elk. I was in Costco. You been to the Costco near Star City?
Yes.
Man, the clientele there, man, they're proper rago, man. Just a random one there. Anyway, so we're getting to the bit where we need to pay. And there's this massive line. Like it's going back rows and rows and rows. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense, man, because there's multiple counters. What's happening here? Anyway, so I was with Jahad. I said, Jahad, you stay here with the trolley. And I just went round the side, right to the front, just to have a look. Bit of a, recce. And I was like, there's some like offshoot lines, much shorter, but people just, I think because they're so far back, they can't see these other lines. So I was like, listen, reverse. Take a left here, and we're going around the outside. Around the outside. So we go around the outside. And we get into this line, and I was like, right, listen, there's going to be some people who are not going to be happy with this situation. So you need to pretend like we're looking at stuff here and we're not in there. So Chad's like picks up his protein. He's like, this protein's really good. Yeah, I was like, it's really good. Yeah, it's really good again. Then Holly were like moving the trolley and I forward. But then there's this dude, like must be the only Gora in this line, right? Massive dude, and he's clearly not happy. He's clearly waited for an hour. He's done his time and he's looking at people. He's not saying anything though.
He's like, are you seeing this? In his head.
But so British he can't say.
I will do the internal commentary. The internal commentary is, look at this fucking twat. What's he doing? How fucking dare he? Look at it. Is no one else going to say anything? Why are they not saying anything? I'll say something. No, wait, I won't say something. I'm British. Right?
No. Go back. Go back. Do you not have rules in your country? You don't have rules, etiquette. And then I was just looking, I was like, bro, why are you so ducky, man?
Did he say anything to you?
Nah, the thing is, he didn't make eye contact with me, but I can see him looking at other people he feels he can intimidate. I was like,
he's flapping his arms about and everything.
No, he's just like, one of these.
There was some doofus the other day at where was it? Sainsbury's, Tesco. No, Lidl. I was in the queue for Lidl, and someone just said to me, "Oh, I got 3 items. Can I jump in front?" I said no, and he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I've been queuing for 15 minutes. You can get to the back." I don't care if you got 3 items, piss off. It doesn't work here. Like, nah. If the queue is this long and you got 3 items, I've been queuing for time. No, get to the back. I wasn't having it.
Oh, it's interesting. Oh, let's dissect this. Right. Follow-up questions. Were you in a bad mood?
No, but it was so... No, I wasn't. But it was so busy in there. I thought, hang on, this is taking the piss now. And they've only opened 2 tills for checkout. And I had a fat trolley. And I've been in a queue of other people with fat trolleys. So I was thinking, hang on, I've been queuing for ages and you just want to sweep in and do this. You can go to the self-checkout bit and go and queue up there because it's a fair swap.
But you didn't say that?
No, in my head, I just said, no, you can go and queue up over there.
Oh, you did say that?
Yeah.
You gave him a solution?
Yeah. And he said, but I've got this. I said, I don't care.
How was that received?
Nothing to say. I just moved on.
He just left?
You can call me a prick all you want, but I'm probably never going to see you again. And that's fine. But no, like I've been queuing for time. I got a load of shit here. Lelo. If it's quiet in there and it's like there's like 3 people, then you can jump in front. That's cool. But I've been queuing for fucking time. Like, nah. Pay your dues.
I'm just thinking what I would have done in that situation. I think I'm a lot more lenient than you.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I think I let it slide.
You haven't lived here. Living here changes you, man. It changes you.
That's another good point. You said the whole London thing is different. The other thing I do want to try, which I haven't tried yet, is the long food line for McDonald's and then just offering to pay for the guy at the front.
That's wild.
I'm down to do that.
That's wild.
So did you go? I even thought about it today when there's a big Costco line, but I was like, that's a lot of shit in that
That's
trolley.
a lot of culture.
Dangerous, yeah. I was
Imagine
like,
someone's got a TV. Oh.
Yeah.
MacBook.
Really, I was like, yeah, this is koi nahi, return kar di, no problem. Yeah. But if it's something like Mackey's, then I'm like, okay. But you also you've got to pick someone who's, he's not going to take the piss. Like,
So
yeah,
you
I'll have
jumped
100 burgers.
Hang on. So you jumped the queue and then you were fine? No problems?
No, but this thing, right, so here's the primary line. And they were like 6 counters. But all these people were just going into this one line, but there were counters open here. But these people, when they're coming from this long line, they weren't diverging. And it's not like they were coming and splitting off. They're breaststroke now. I don't know why. Right, they were all just got in one linear line. And I was like, must be stupid. So then I just joined in a line. That's it. Paid and got out. So there you go.
Well done.
OG, mate. OG.
Well done, bud. I'm proud of you.
So I do.
See, you are just as bad as me. Thank you.
Yeah, but I'm just smoother. You just tell people, innit?
Yeah, but I'm smoother.
I don't give a shit how many items you have. I'm Indy from the Indian Doctor Podcast. Get to back of line.
I will never pull that card on anyone. I'll just be like, I'm just a nobody. That's it.
No pay like the
It's a way to be, man. Humbling.
But is it humble if you didn't let the guy in front?
No. That's not humbling. That's taking the piss. This is rules of the road. Okay. You can't be doing that.
Being kind and compassionate to somebody isn't humble.
Sorry. Where was the kind and compassionate thing for somebody who was queuing 15 minutes ago? You know it's a busy store. You are not being kind and compassionate. You are just trying to take the piss. There is a checkout line over there. There is a checkout over there for other people that have less than 10 items. Go over there. I'm in a queue full of trolleys. I've been waiting for ages. I'm putting my shit on. You want to jump in front? No. Go somewhere else. Try the other line. Try some other guy. You're not getting it with me.
I love it, man. Just proper warrior you are, man.
It's got to be done. I'm sorry. No. Because
I'm getting you a t-shirt.
Got it. Here in London, if you hold the door open, people keep walking through.
Yeah.
So you don't hold the door open. This is how it is. Everyone has to look after themselves. You have to.
Why do you think
Otherwise, you'll get nothing done. I didn't hear that bit.
Why does that exist?
Why does what exist?
That nature, that culture.
Because everyone's in a rush to go somewhere.
Why?
There's a lot of people on top of each other here. That's why.
Okay.
That's what I think it comes down to. There's so many people in one place trying to get to other places. It's pressure.
Do you think has a novelty worn off on you?
Sorry?
Has a novelty worn off?
Novelty of what?
That London life that people talk about.
Give me an example of the novelty you so speak of.
So this idea that it's really cool to go on the tube and not have to have good
that wore off ages ago. Yeah.
So, as in, what I'm trying to ask is, in what way do you think a life in London is superior to here in Birmingham, for example?
The pay, job opportunities. That's it.
Okay, that's the main variable. No?
Those are the biggest variables.
Main-
yeah. So the job I do will be way less in Birmingham,
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
and that's just me. And I'm not in a massively high paying job, so go figure.
Mm.
Think
Your
yeah.
food shopping experience would be different, isn't it, if you were here though?
No, it's not actually, because I remember doing the food shop at Mum Dad's. It's roughly the same. It's always busy. Traffic in Birmingham is just as bad as London, man. I'm telling you.
No, I'm on about your interactions with people, not.
No, interactions with weird people is probably less because there's less people packed on top of each other, so there's more supermarket variables to go to.
I love that you do the food shop. It's great. It's great. And you get three vendors, and you know your things.
I did it today. It was very important.
It's part of therapy for you, isn't it? I bet your counselor told you to do it. He's like, "Do karega."
No, it's not therapy. It's just this is my one time in the week I go out and do my bit. It's my contribution towards like doing the household stuff, like the household maintenance. I do all the food shop.
Listen. You are the avenger of the weeds. Okay, you have a new role in life now.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're the de-weeder. You're the.
Speaking of which, my dad's coming this weekend. He'll be assessing everything, so I'll have an update on that next week. I'm sure.
Can you? All right, do this. This would be really funny.
I'm not filming it. No.
No. Don't film it. In preparation, ask the wonderful Sanj to make a checklist for him to mark against, and put funny things on there. Number of photos of CSK. It was so good.
Be a problem.
Oh, we could give him a checklist. Oh, is there? Okay. And wait, is it CSK and your father-in-law?
My father-in-law's coming over on the same day. Yeah.
The meeting of the heads of the family. You know what's going to happen?
Hand holding. I don't think the hand holding will be occurring. No.
What is the one way you can guarantee the hand holding is going to occur?
No, I don't think so. Because
what's the one way you can guarantee?
Hang on, they're not going to drink that heavily because my father-in-law is going to be driving home. That's why.
He thinks.
No, he will.
In the way, gaddi chala ke munu chhad di na.
I don't mind. I'd do that.
Batmobile ch na, main Batmobile.
I'd do that. I'd be a good son-in-law and do that. Why not?
No, you got Javai privilege. You got JP.
A little bit.
You got the kitch.
There you go. Right, last seg.
What's happening, doctor?
But you're supposed to say Indy because you're saying it to me.
You know, but
okay, well, since you're asking me, how kind of you. It feels nice to be asked that once in a while. You know?
It does, doesn't it? What's happening, Indy?
I want to give a shout out to the guys who run the podcast ShxtsNGigs. ShxtsNGigs. They are
top tier.
Some of the biggest podcasters in the world, I'd say, especially in the UK. They had their not first live event. They had one of the biggest live events. They sold out the O2 Arena in London.
And that is, I don't know. What's phenomenal. The capacity of that?
Oh, I don't know, man. It's huge. I think at least over 25,000. Let me check. O2 Arena capacity. 20,000. There you go. 20,000.
That's a lot of people.
20,000, and they sold it out 2 nights.
I wonder if you don't say when we get to the point where we're doing shows and stuff. Do you have the same show? Do you reckon, or is 2 different shows?
Probably the same show. It's got to be the same show.
And how much?
It's not like a live. It wasn't a live podcast either. It was a live show, which is where they had things like dancers. They had people come on stage and do like little bits and bobs and skits. They had audience people come on stage and try and do like a rap along. I felt like it was very cool and very different. A little bit of, if people have watched the latest show with Mo Gilligan or the Big Nasty Show, similar to that. And I thought, oh, these are some nice concepts. And yeah, man, full respect to them because that is a huge moment. Absolutely huge for them to be able to do that.
I was watching the thing you sent me, that kind of overview thing, and there was a bit where they're showing memories. It's like a collage of memories through the podcast, and there's a bit where, you know, they're celebrating when he leaves his job. And I thought, when that moment comes for you, Indy, you're just like, I'm a full-time podcaster. I think that episode where you say it you'll have an out of body experience. You'll just sit there for an hour on the podcast, like
I don't know if it will happen, man. Like and even if it doesn't, that's all right. I'm okay with that because I get to share these moments with you in it, so it's all right.
oh, okay, stop being soppy.
It's nice. It's nice though.
It's fine. It's very nice. Lower your expectations, TK. It's definitely going to happen. There's enough money in the world to make it happen.
Why do you think it's definitely going to happen? Tell me more.
Okay, the reason why I know it's going to happen is, one, is I'm highly successful at everything I do. Okay. Number two, as we've learned from the Alex Hormozy clip and other people who send us weird stats, it's inevitable, bro. It's just time in the game. It's time in the game. Keep perfecting the craft. Look at where we were and look at where we are now, man. It literally is that. The compound effect, we talked about finances earlier and the compounding. It's the same with this, man. That Andy Harrington used to say this to me. He was always like, your fan base, your community, the people you serve, just focus on building it, because when it's strong, they come out, man. And that just will evolve. And even just from the messages we get, I know when the time is right and we bring this show to the people, they're gonna love it. And there'll be money in the world. There's going to be sponsors. There's going to be shows, indies. There's going to be merch. There's going to be offshoot stuff. There's so much stuff we're going to do because of this podcast. And we get to do it full time. And it's your legacy. And you're the main reason there is this podcast, right? Like that, there's all these things that are going to hit you. And you're just going to sit there like this, like completely like, what just happened? Is this real? You're going to feel so awkward. And
I don't even think I know what to do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So many like pinch me moments. And I'm like, Indy. You'll have it when we're on the stage and like, this is what we used to think and talk about. I'll show people that clip when we hit 100,000. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. We're sitting in for the first time. I'm like, look, this is where it started. Okay.
This is when Khaira had a little bit of hair and now he's got nothing. Okay.
Wait. Gordy, I'm taking you with me in it. I'm going to stop.
It's true.
When you're with me, I'm going to start putting stuff in your
When I'm asleep, you're going to be like, come to me, sweet pretty. Yeah.
Start putting stuff in there. In the morning, you'll be like, fuck you again. But in the opening gambit, they said this thing about 15 years of the game. Indy, how many years are we in now?
I hate this question. I always get it wrong.
Yeah, but we didn't start in lockdown.
Jan 21, isn't it? Jan 21.
Yeah, because lockdown was 20. Yeah, it's not 15 years, bro. 3 years, and look at the impact we've had on ourselves, on the community we built. Can you imagine when that's at 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Bro, time in the game. Time in the game, consistency, the quality of the guests we're bringing, the quality of the experience we're able to give the guests now. There's a couple of our early guests who are actually phenomenal guests who I think we need to give them another example. Suk Ojala, man. We need to bring Suk back, man.
We do.
We need to like platform for Suk, man. So yeah. It's inspiring. I see that, and Indy, that what more proof?
I saw it, and I know some people get jealous seeing shit like that. No, if anything, it was just inspiration. It was like,
this is possible.
Fair play, man.
Yes, less lads.
Huge fair play.
Yeah.
And they're as short as you.
Wow. We had this great
they're like
montage.
5'7", 5'8", apparently. I was like, oh, nice.
We had this great montage of how cool this is, and then you've made this statement about apparently if you're short, you can't be successful. Do you know they did really well? And they were
I didn't say that.
What are you saying?
No, I feel like shortest people are the most successful.
But look at the statement
because they work twice as hard.
Look, what? You are saying some really mean things about short people here. I don't know if you're saying this intentionally. You're just saying by accident.
I'm on about God. Okay, trust me. Little man syndrome has a big impact on people. Okay.
Do you think I have it?
No, I don't think you have little man syndrome. Yeah. However, little man syndrome drives people
is a real
very
thing.
far.
It is a real thing. Okay,
thank you. So that's what I'm saying. They work doubly hard, man.
No, but then your first statement, and they're as small as you, and they've done well.
I just said that to you to take the piss. Okay.
Okay, mate. Yeah.
Let me do the teasing, man.
It's fine. It's all good. Let me ask you a geography question. You're triggered again.
Go on. Ask me.
You won't know the answer. What's the point?
Oh, okay.
What's the point? What's the point of your degree?
There wasn't one. It was a 3-year piss up and I met my wife. So that's a big success.
Oh, that was it. That was the only thing. One
Bhangra competition, sorry. 1 Bhangra competition, 1 wife, 1 degree. Done. Okay.
Imagine you did the same degree as Sanj.
Oh, that would have gone well.
Would she have been into you? Would you be any good at drama? She'd hear you sing and be like, oh my God.
I don't think she was singing.
I know, but it's funny because you'd be like, confessions, bro.
Yeah,
She'd be like,
I'd be exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Okay.
Exactly like that.
You a good
Yes.
actor?
No, really bad.
Really bad.
Really bad. I remember in oh fuck.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
I
What were you
remember
in?
in school.
What role? Yeah.
I did this. I learned this monologue for like a what was it? A monologue for one of the Shakespeare things.
To be or to not to be?
No, it wasn't that. It was like I learned it off by heart.
Go.
And then I went in, and the woman was like, "Yeah, you've learned the words, but you're not acting it." I was like, "What does that mean?" And she was like trying to coach me through how to act it. And I thought,
Wait.
Oh,
give me an example. What were you just reading out?
Oh, mate, I can't remember. I was just reading
Oh,
out.
Romeo. We're far out though.
It wasn't that. I think it was something like Hamlet.
Right.
But I was reading it, and I knew it off by heart. I didn't know how the paper. I was like, "Fucking aced it, man! I know the words. Yes, baby."
You were like some spelling.
Fucking Certi,
like,
give me the role now.
treat.
I learned. I'll put time in. Yeah. No.
But
She was like, "You
your delivery was
here.
poor.
You need to be angry here. You need to hit the floor here." I was like, "Oh."
Nuance. Oh, it doesn't say that
by
in the
the end of
text.
it, I thought, "Yeah, this isn't for me," you know. And I did it all to impress a girl, which didn't work out either. So yeah, there you go.
Oh, these are your milkman days.
These are milkman days in school, baby. Yeah.
I'm a Hollywood, Bollywood star. You don't know me. Indy K. That's my stage name. Indy K. Okay.
Oh, tremendous.
Tremendous.
So there you have it. Anything to add? Has anything been happening with you?
Cricket World Cup starting. Quite excited about that.
Okay, guys, thank you for this week's episode.
Take it.
Yay, cricket! Yay.
Second biggest sport
about
after
cricket,
football.
man. It's about the Olympics and the football. Let's be real, okay?
Second biggest sport after football is cricket. I learned that this week.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm surprised you're not into cricket, having been privately educated. That must have been around you all the time.
So was rugby. I fucking hated it.
Rugby.
I hate rugby, man.
You don't like watching rugby, though?
No.
Oh, it's quite good to
Bunch of men just groping each other, bro. What's the point? If I want to do that, I'll watch MMA, okay?
Bro. At elite level, really good.
I know. I've watched it, and I'm like, okay, cool, I get it, but it's not my go-to. It's
fair
number
play,
7
fair
on the
play.
list, if anything.
What's the
If
list?
I'm desperate to watch sport, I'll put it on.
What's the list gone? Football, F1,
Football,
Basketball.
basketball, F1. Then it's Olympics.
Boxing?
Olympics.
No, boxing.
No. MMA. Then Olympics. I don't rate boxing. I only watch the big fights. And even then it's like, okay. Then it's what comes beneath that? Then we're looking at cricket.
Okay.
So this is like 7 on the list now. Cricket is 7. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Fair play.
Rugby's 8. Yay. Ooh.
You don't watch MotoGP, anything like that?
No. F1 only. That's it, boss. 1 is enough. Maybe, you know what? I think tennis is in with a shout there. I'll put tennis ahead of cricket. Tennis ahead of cricket. There you go.
Tennis is elite, man. Rafa's just played his last Roland Garros. Epic.
And did he win?
No, he got knocked out in the first round, but he's probably going to play the Olympics, which is in Paris, which will be on Roland Garros as well. He's a gold medalist.
I've been watching Breakpoint on Netflix.
What's Breakpoint? By him?
No, it's about tennis. You know how the Drive to Survive documentary came out?
No, is it about one person?
It's about the tennis season and all the players, right?
yeah.
So
Breakpoint,
I watched the first season of the first episode of the first season, and it's about Nick Kyrgios and how controversial he is, and how his season went in his last season of pro tennis. And that's really interesting. Then you get to know about the up and coming guys who are coming after the golden generation that's now passing.
Carlos Alvarez.
Yes, and the Italian guy as well. I've forgotten his name.
Sinai. Sometimes he's very good though.
Anyway,
he's well number one.
And how he's in a relationship with one of the girls who's also a tennis player.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just interesting stuff. And I was like, you know what, I could get on board with this. I feel like it's good.
Tennis is elite, man. Having been to Wimbledon, I actually had a conversation with somebody this morning, and he was like, I was like, can you secure me some tickets to Wimbledon? He's like, let me look into it for you.
I've been trying to go. If you get tickets, please take me.
Okay, but these tickets are corporate tickets. These are like 500 quid tickets. If you want to come, fine. But these are like food included, everything, centre court, proper.
Maybe when the time arises and you get the tickets, give me a call and then I will have to make a decision.
Ooh, you're not saying no. I like that, Indy. Yeah, it's fine.
I feel like I'll be using a lot of.
I think one thing I do want,
there.
what I want you to do is to sign up to the ballot. They definitely favour your postcodes.
I think I've done it, but I don't think I've got it this year. I'll try again.
Yeah. Keep doing that. Yeah, it's quite an experience.
Very elite. So the Cricket World Cup starting. That's nice. Okay.
Cricket World Cup starting. Actually, the same friend who asked about the Wimbledon tickets, he's got tickets to an England game in Germany as well. The Euros.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Who's winning? What?
The Cricket World Cup. Who's winning it?
Are you saying what's my prediction?
Yeah.
India.
Every time.
They had the strongest team, but that doesn't mean they're going to win because people like Australia just know how to win.
Wait, is this 50 over?
T20, 20 over cricket.
Oh, 20 over cricket's all right, I'll watch that.
It's explosive, man. It's going to be
20
interesting.
over cricket's quite fun. You know what, actually? I'll do the watch along thing for that.
Oh, bro, we were going to do 50 over commentary. That's too much, man.
That's what I thought you were doing. I'm like, yo, you guys got stamina, bro.
No. T20 is fun. Like, you love fun. Yeah, we need to speak to Aman about that. Aman, let's set it up. Maybe Indy Pakistan game. That'll be the game to do, Indy.
Oi. Jeez.
That's big.
Very big.
Yeah. So,
Jello,
pressure.
People,
no pressure.
Catch you next week. Please like the video on the way out.
Take care.
And we will see you then. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for watching. Check out the rest of our episodes here. And don't forget to subscribe here. We'll see you guys on the next one.